Hi, my name is Phoe, and because my Haunting Ground playthrough is currently not able to proceed because of technical problems, I'm going to be doing a Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth instead, so that I have the same number of games on rotation. This game is very hard, very interesting, and rather scary. Also gives me a lot of things to talk about because it is based in Lovecraft, and I could talk about Lovecraft for quite some time. Not necessarily in a positive manner. I would say I'm not actually a fan of Lovecraft, but I am a fan of discussing Lovecraft, so we're going into this with lots of things to talk about. So this is one of those games that tries to mess with you a bit to represent a sanity meter. At the time it was made, this was a kind of new revolutionary thing. By modern standards, it's nothing special, but it was made in 2006. That can't be right. I thought it was older than that. The horror that paralyzes the mind and scars it with nightmares is never truly healed. Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. It was supposed to be the first part of a trilogy, but it never came to pass because everything fell apart. It was started off as an Xbox game, and was then ported to the PC by one person. So there will be lots of creepy mumbling noises, as you can probably hear here in the ambient background. Now, the PC version of this game is completely and utterly broken. There is a fan patch that I have applied to make it a little bit easier. I've previously completed this game with using God mode in certain places. So if there's some sections that are really, really difficult, and the game makes it much harder than it's supposed to be. So if there are bits that I get stuck in, I will not hesitate to turn on God mode, simply because the game, you're actively fighting the game's difficulties that aren't supposed to be there. And we're playing it, aren't going to play it on the easiest level because I'm not that much of a masochist. Should warn the people that this game starts with someone hanging themselves. I will put everything that's required for content warning
my end, I can fully
in the description.
My last case opened in me a new fear. A real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
So this particular game is based off The Shadow over Innsmouth and The Shadow Out of Time. These are two particular Lovecraft stories, and I'll explain more about them in detail. And since Lovecraft is out of copyright in the United States, I can also provide links to read those stories in my video description, which will be down there somewhere. However, if you haven't read them, reading them will spoil the game for you. So this game is very, very dark. I might have to turn the gamma up a bit. We'll see how it looks first. Right, so that was an interesting beginning. Now we're going back in time to the prologue. You can... oh, good. I can't even read it. Too fast. Game tips are fine. We can have game tips. 6.5 years prior. 1915. Got some slight glitches with the water droplets. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to look like that on when they hit my screen, but it's just a little odd. It's not broken.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Yeah, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Oh, that's not going to be terrible.
Great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Okay, this prologue deals with stuff that appears in the Shadow Out of Time. I'm not going to discuss it until it actually crops up properly in the story, because it would be massive spoilers. If you've read the story, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, well, you can either read it or just wait.
So long. Something must be wrong.
I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
I'm going to turn the gamma up a little bit, if I can. There we go. Just because videos tend to be darker than what I'm actually seeing.
Try to stay calm.
So.
You better hurry, Jack.
Whoa! I got shot. I should have been quicker. Did I just... Whoa! That probably wasn't supposed to happen quite like that. I can't run. There we go. Forgot how weird the controls was. Oh, no, that's not a use button. What's the use button? It's been a while since I played this. That's not great. Key configuration. Action. S, for some reason. How do we go backwards? No light source at this point, anyway. I've forgotten if there is one or not. That's the way we came in.
Oh, shit.
Locked.
It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape.
It's probably a Shoggoth.
This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. The fire's still burning.
What's blasphemous? Oh, I suppose there's a tentacle guy at the top there.
As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
So the Yithians come from the Shadow Out of Time. I don't think they're actually connected to Cthulhu's mythos in the books themselves, but since this is based on the tabletop RPG as well as the books themselves, it's an adaptation of an adaptation. So, whoa! Where do we go from here? Oh, safe point.
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
That's the save point. And yep, you can only save at save points.
It looks like an eye. It's locked. It's locked.
But
Watch him on the stand.
It won't budge.
so yeah, Victor Holt I think got shot before I could even talk to him. Somebody's having a nasty. Oh, hello.
Last.
Hi. Whoa. Shouldn't-
He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it. His body is covered in tattoos, and they were carved into his flesh with something sharp. The body's still warm. There's empty ammo boxes and spent shells. An old wardrobe.
This game does eventually turn into a shooter, but not yet. Hello, mister? Why are you shooting at the police? I mean,
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah. We've been expecting you, Mr. Rock.
oh, God! This is the thing about cosmic horror. Everyone dies before they can tell you anything.
This should be
Or
downstairs.
you learn something you didn't want to know, and then you die, basically. We got a key. So we got dead guy.
Poisoning by the looks of it.
Yeah. Oh, and a little pile of vomit. How nice. It's a little realism.
He's dead. They're all dead.
We're getting a little out of focus here because Jack's shocked by the dead people.
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues. He's dead. They're all dead. Nothing of interest.
There's a book.
Nope,
Well,
nothing of interest.
You don't want to read it? Fine. That one's a book.
A diary. This will make interesting reading.
So we've got the key, journal, diary. That's his diary. You become too successful and... Diary of a cult member. We've been watching him for 2 months. I can feel my anticipation growing as the day of contact draws near. Victor has not yet divulged his final plans for bringing Mr. Walters to us. All I know is that we must succeed. The sermon today was inspiring. Victor enlightened us with the story of the great race transcending the bounds of time to visit the dreams. Of the conscious things on this earth and in the ocean depths, we are but servants to a great design. I can only hope that my faith during these last days will win me favour when our masters step through the gate. The experiments below have claimed one more of our order. Another volunteer is needed, but many are willing. We are truly blessed through our faithful service, now that his coming grows so close. The preparations are complete and Victor's plan is in motion. He will arrive soon. Surely by now he must expect his true nature, or at least question the nature of his gifts. He has come. Finally it begins. Oh, they were waiting for us. They were waiting for Jack. Where's the stairs? There's the stairs. Okay.
It's locked. It's unlocked.
There we go.
I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them.
Creepy?
It must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think.
How can he breathe and be talking
Nothing of
and be
interest
breathing
here.
so loud at the same time? Freaking out, Jack. I know. There's a
Another
key.
key. This should fit the door across the hall. What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements. All these photos and clippings are of me. I just don't get it.
Save again.
This blasphemous
No,
image makes-
this one. This one. Planning to do the entire prologue in this video, so
makes me
we'll
feel
gotta
uneasy.
move on with it.
It's unlocked. For nutcases, they seem quite literate. It appears to be a private study area. The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. It appears to be a private study area.
Somebody's moaning somewhere.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room. These books are really old, and most of them
Let's have
are
a look at that manuscript now. Panacotica. I'm guessing that's not related to a cake. The manuscript looks medieval, but claims to be a translation from classical Greek of a far older work from before the time of the first humans. The pages are stained, faded, and even burned in some places, making reading difficult. The legible sections tell the history of unthinkably distant antiquity. This book of race is so strange as to be beyond human comprehension. And wars fought across vast gulfs of time and space. There are concepts so literally alien to you that they sound like absolute madness. Time travel, flying polyps, mental projection, great race of youth makes you dizzy just to read it.
strange languages I don't understand.
Here we go.
Shit, that did not sound good.
Got a feeling this staircase is going to collapse. Yep. Somebody's
well, that's
in
just
pain.
swell.
I feeling there are bodies in the walls or something. Yeah, what is that?
My God, there are bodies buried in the walls. Medical charts on this sink would be used for scrubbing up. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down. From the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
Now this is a temple.
Shit, I'm not touching it again.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
His beating heart. The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing. His stomach stopped moving.
Right, he had all his organs in liquid.
His brain stopped moving. His intestines have stopped moving. His kidneys have stopped moving.
And we just accidentally
There's
killed
no
him.
Power.
But we needed
The
to so we could pick
crystal's
that
still
up.
warm. At least he's out of his misery.
Bleh. Well, I went forward a bit faster. I should have examined everything before I touched that panel, really. But basically, they'd found some way of keeping him alive, despite the fact that his organs were all outside of himself.
This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
Oh no, that's not running, is it? That's stealth.
Ah! It's too hot to pick up.
More of their eldritch architecture.
It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs.
I think this is going to be the end of the...
It looks like something's been removed from it.
So put the thing in. Okay, moving on.
There's no power. It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs. What the hell is that?
Right. Well, we just put the crystal in it.
It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs.
Ah. That shuts and opens the door. There's nothing else to do, so why won't he put the crystal in the thing? Wait, I'm not playing the Steam version of this game. I actually have a retail
It's a
disc
similar
from
shape to the
many years ago.
slot upstairs.
There we go.
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
There we go. So, this will be the end of the prologue any minute now. And this will not be explained for much, much later, but if you read The Shadow of Time, you know exactly what's going on here. To be continued. Hi, this is Phoe. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and if you really liked it, please subscribe.